So your upcoming host, Curtis Sliwa, would like to become mayor of New York City. Don't you know, Curtis, today is when Mayor Adams holds his Q&A allowing off-topic questions. So I would like the opportunity to ask you an off-topic question.
You mean I am the mayor in Exodus, exile, actually, like Napoleon on the island of Melba, right? I'm just waiting. So go for it, James Flippin. Go for it.
Okay, so I wanted to ask the beret, right? You always wear it. Do you sleep in the beret?
First off, what kind of an off-topic question is that, right? If I'm following the footsteps of the mayor now who cannot even chew gum and think at the same time, what kind of a dumb question is that? I mean, do you really need to know that? Is that really important in running the city of New York?
Mr. Sliwa, when was the last time you took the beret off? Have you ever taken the beret off in the last 10 years?
Well, let me address that issue. Yes, in fact, it occurred. I was on Cross Bay Boulevard, surrounded by my enemies, the Bananas on one side, fat Tony Messino at Rat, and then, of course, the Gottis and Gambinos on the other side. So you had Bananas on one side, the Gambinos on the other side. And I went to this joint to eat. It's called Bruno's. You probably would never even know what the hell it is. In Bloomfield, they don't have a place like that. So I'm with my youngest sons, Carter and Hunter, and they want to go there because they give you chunks of Parmesan cheese. They love chunks of Parmesan cheese. And I walk in, and there's a big sign Bruno's got there. You know, Bruno. Nobody gets to wear a hat in this joint. So I sit down, and I keep my beret on. And the owner-operator, old-time guy, knuckle dragger, comes up to me and says, "Hey, can't you read?" Yeah, it says a hat. This is a beret. This ain't a hat.
Hopefully he said, "We don't sell hot dogs and Cracker Jacks here. Take off your hat."
God, ask the questions. I'll give the answers, okay? What a Weisenheimer. So anyway, my kids are, oh, Daddy, got to take your beret off, or they're not going to let us stay here. I said, "You really love the Parmesan cheese that much that you want me to take my beret off?" Yes. So for the only time in my life, I took that beret off, okay?
Okay.
That's number one. And, of course, when we're doing the Pledge of Allegiance, the national anthem, I put that right, take the beret right on. Okay? Does that answer your question? And do I sleep with the beret on? You're damn right I sleep with the beret on because I only sleep like 3 hours a day. There'll be plenty of time to sleep when we're all dead. What do? They fold your hands, they put you in a casket with half shoes, a half suit, and everybody passes by at the wake and they go, "Oh, he looks so much better dead than he ever looked alive," right? What I do is I take that beret and I put it over my face. So it's like, in essence, having, what are those things that the artsy-fartsy trendoids would put on their eyes?
A sleep mask?
Oh, yeah, sleep mask, right? They should strangle themselves with it. So that's my sleep mask, okay? And by the way, what would you do if you were in that scrum down in room 9 where 6 days a week, if you even approach the mayor and you want to ask a pertinent question, it's like roller derby. They're jabbing you, they're sticking elbows into you saying, "James Flippin, you know what the rules are. Only one day you can ask off-topic questions to the mayor."
Mr. Sliwa, is that a Turkish beret?
No, that's a fez, you idiot. I don't wear fezzes. We're going to be talking about the mayor in Turkey coming up. Very good, very good. But what would you do if you were assigned to room 9 now by news director Noam Laden? How would you handle the fact that you're being told only once a week you can ask a question of the mayor? He's like an untouchable. He's like God. You'll have to wait for Tuesday to ask him any question. No. How would you try to get around that?
I mean, I think the news team, the colleagues that work together in news have to have a little more teamwork. You know what I mean? You see it sometimes with like the National Press Corps at the White House press briefing room. They'll say, "Well, you didn't answer my colleague's question. I'd like to ask that same question." You got to work together.
Yeah, but the problem is he always defers now to the Corporation Counsel because whatever he says might incriminate him in the many investigations that are targeting him. Have you ever seen anyone always defer to Corporation Counsel? I'm sorry, the mayor is not at liberty to answer that question at that time because it could prove to be quite incriminating. We can't answer that because there are multiple investigations going on at the same time. Well, would you allow the Corporation Counsel, who talks more than the mayor at these press conferences, to get away with that?
I'd like to think that I wouldn't, but I mean, again, you can't force people to talk if they're not going to talk.
You know why you won't speak up like the rest of you whitey-whiteys? Because your complexion is not your protection. Because you know what the mayor will say. How dare you? You going to ask me a question? When you're walking in my skin, when you're a Asiatic proud black man like me, and you happen to be black, I'll take your questions. Other than that, McWhitey, shut up and mind your own business. Oh, yes. Oh, Mr. Mayor, absolutely. Oh, I'm sorry I offended you. Ooh.
Well, look, I mean, I understand that there are some roadblocks to getting your questions asked at times. But
well, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to ask our news director when he comes back from his second lobotomy at Greystone, Noam Laden, if in fact he could assign you once a week, Tuesday, to the scrum. And this way you can ask a relative question because they don't allow serious questions to be asked. Is that a deal?
I would be happy to go down. Yeah. I mean, I was listening to his Q&A before coming on here. I've got it paused so I can get through the rest of it.
Oh, good.
But, they were asking him some tough questions.
Okay, good. No, we have a deal. Let me wait till Noam Laden gets back from having his second lobotomy at Greystone, and the deal will be done.